Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for game number 3 of the quarterfinal match between Storm8 and Epic Systems. Storm8 clearly approaching the situation with prepared builds. Epic Systems clearly approaching the situation with better, rounded fundamentals. Excuse me, but damn it, Epic Systems is good, but Storm8 came here to play. Can the underdog overcome the Goliath? My metaphors are getting mixed. Without any further ado, let's step into game number 3. My nipples are absolutely hardened, and it might be out of excitement, and it might be because this room is freezing cold, but it's certainly one of those two in the top right. Oh my god, is E6 pooling? Are you serious? In the top right corner, from Team Epic Systems, the champion of AHGL Season 2 and one of their regulars from last season making an appearance here today, it is none other than Epic Systems Crabtastic, the 6-pooler! And spawning in the top left position from Team Storm8, he starred in the second Indiana Jones movie. It is none other than Short Round! And it looks like, oh my god, an early expand. Oh my god, he's scouting the right position first. Oh my god, oh my god, this is bad. This is not good. This is an unfortunate, precarious predicament. What a persnickety pair of misfortunes laid upon the Epic Team's systems. In the starting 3 matches, we see that he's checking up into the top right corner. He sees a pool or yonder 6. He's going to go for a forge at the front. How will he fare when he responds to said situation? I'm not entirely sure, but alliteration suddenly turns me on. I'm going to roll with it. Looks like Short Round is going to be trying to... will he set up a cannon in his main? Ooh, a critical question. Crabtastic, actually a great long-term player. Got the chance to see him do some long-term games in Season 2. Kind of abandoning that, trying to ensure that he can get... Oh my god. Oh my god. There's the lag. Short Round. With lag, there's no way he can micro his forge! Is he going to go for... He is! Cannon in the main. Short Round has opted to sacrifice the early expansion. He is going to go for that cannon in his main basin. In the meantime, Crabtastic, the fantastic, the oh-so strategically elastic is going to be going into drones. Will likely build his queen very soonly. Pylon going down. Forge. No need to kill that one off. We want to supply block the Protoss. Queen incoming. QQQ. QQ. The only person who's QQing right now is Short Round. Ladies and gentlemen, we have struck ourselves a situation very commonly encountered in the matchup, the equalization. The 6 pool denied, but with great efficiency, transitioning swiftly in to that early queen. And no doubt the Zerg player will be throwing down an expansion. This is actually not an all-in spot for Crabtastic. There is a way to transition out of this. That drone got... Well, excuse me, that probe got seriously paparazzi. 4 in the gas. Hopefully the harassment will make Short Round realize. It does. Thank you so much, says Short Round, for helping me realize what I'd done wrong with all my gas all along. Crabtastic, oh my god, is assaulting the geysers. Oh my god. Oh my god! It looks like there's going to be no gas at all. Can he micro against these Zerglings? You bet your ass he can micro. He's not called Crabtastic because he has absolutely no ability to control his hand movement well, right? I'll let that metaphor sink in. Crabtastic, continuing to inject his larva, harassing all the gas guys. Zealot! Gelatin! Gelatin! Nope, Zealot not going to do it. Double Zealot out. Will he follow it up with a Mothership Core or a Stalker? It looks like some nice micro. Short Round! Oh! Ooh! No way! Short Round! Doing an amazing job of microing, and the units lost tab a little bit. I guess I would say deceptive. The Short Round is, in fact, in somewhat of a rough spot. Looks like Crabtastic will harass you over here, I harass you over there, I harass you on the left, I harass you on the right, till I forget what my Zerglings are doing. And I cry all night. Short Round, ooh, nice. Oh my god, if this were a movie directed by Michael Bay, the Zerglings would have swung under the legs of those zealots, but unfortunately it was David Fincher who has a little bit more favoritism towards that realistic, nice approach. Whoopsie daisies, it's actually Ed Wood who's directing this scene because that Zergling ran headlong into the zealot he just avoided. Crabtastic will now lose an Overlord. This is looking very nice for the Storm8 Protoss short round. Crabtastic, supply blocked, will almost certainly have to go for the fast Zergling speed upgrade. That's really the only way to guarantee he has defense against the inevitable warp gate pressure. And this is smart for short round to apply pressure with Stalkers. He knows the opponent has not gotten Zergling speed up, has not gassed. Why? Because he's 6-pooled, and you can't go 6-pool, gas on 5, have no drones mining minerals, because don't worry, dude, speed's important. I'll go back to mining minerals in a little bit. That's a bad build. That's a poor play. That's awful. So no Zerg is going to do that. Stalker pressure, absolutely brilliant. Love this transition from short round. Absolutely love it. Naniwa does this quite a bit in the 2-base versus 3-base scenarios as well. Also, good night, Goreship. Wow, robotics facility going down by short round. USKC in game number 2 demonstrated the critical, or the, screw it, let's make up a word, the criticality, the criticalosity of going for the long-term win. And this is another declaration. I want to win later. Sentries at the front to block. Ooh, Stalkers trying to pick off drones, overlords, anything that could resemble a third base. Crabtastic locked down onto 2, started a layer, canceled it to make sure he could get the Roach Warren up. And now the harassment is going to be very difficult to deal with. What nice play by short round. Crabtastic so far has not really lost any workers. Looks like we've seen Crabtastic effectively force everything back. In this position, short round, going for an extra Twilight Council. I'm not a big fan of Twilight Council. I would like to see upgrades begin. I'd like to see some power units start the research or the production. I'd like to see more Colossus and that sort of thing. But short round right now, amazingly, has the worker lead, an unusual situation to be in against a Zerg. Zerg Crabtastic does have speed. A little bit of indecision on how to maneuver through that situation, but Geysers going down, Evo Chambers going up as well. Always a sign of a player who understands long-term play. When forced into an unusual situation, such as defending a 6-pool or even following up from a 6-pool, I love that Crabtastic says to himself, you know what, upgrades, go for the long-term play. Short round says, you know what, upgrades, robo, tech, go for the long-term play. Absolutely fantastic control in this particular situation. Another exciting news, I have a burrito that I'll be beginning to eat in between these 2 breaks. Who doesn't love a burrito at this hour? +1 attack going down. Oh, interesting. A Hydralisk Den is a transition choice from Crabtastic. Oh, Hatch, Dingo. He's going to be going straight into the mass macro mode, getting a lot of drones. This is a risky maneuver. This is him saying, you are probably going for late game. You are probably going for mid and late game. You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to go for late game. I'm going to have 0 mid game, and I'm going to pray that you're not going to attack. Oh, this is bad news, Bears. Short round is, in fact, going straight for late game. How many gateways does he have? 6. But he's not really in a position to push. He's in a position to expand because he's spent a huge amount of money on this. Ooh, this could be a big timing window right now for the Zerg player. Zerg player has devoted everything to a later stage of the game. He's getting 1/1 ups. He's getting the range. He's getting the Hydralisks. He needs to get the speed to be able to apply pressure. There's really nothing that you can do with a small amount of force fields in Stalker Colossus. This is going to be fantastic. In the meantime, drones being added on. Will he stop? No, he's going to continue to power. Very vulnerable position Zerg was in for a little bit of time. A very smart risk was taken by the epic Zerg. And he's not epic as in I'm cliche and just saying epic to try to sound cool. The way that marketing agencies will use the word epic from some 48-year-old guy dressed in clothing. Enough. I'm busy. And listen, I wasn't done with that sentence. It wasn't the conclusion. The culmination of that point was not that there's a 40-year-old dressed in clothing. No. Marketing companies 10 years from now will have someone wearing ultra-tight jeans, sunglasses that look like VR goggles, or like the person's going to do some welding. And that person will stand up there and go, "The features we've put in to the next-gen console are epic. Epic like you wouldn't believe, lols. Am I right, bras?" And everyone will be like, hashtag, damn it. I was gonna say something a lot more inappropriate, but then I realized that this is a cast where we have to have fun, so I had to reel it in. Looks like the Hydralisk production is working well. We're starting to see, ooh, another expansion go down. Unbelievable. Fantastic, incredible, bejujular, baller. Reasonable. A strong play. A reasonable transition. Power level of each race overall increased in Heart of the Swarm. Short Round can now scout. Short Round has now walled himself in. The vulnerable window we talked about earlier of Roach Hydra pushing is now evaporated. A risk of going for range before speed for Hydralisks, but 2-2 is encroaching. Hive is coming up. Vipers can be a very excellent transition. Generally, after a 6 pool, 18 minutes is the timing window. 18 to 19, actually, where Broodlord Infester kicks into high gear. So you'll see the Protoss strike at 17 to 18, just before those Broodlords pop up. But now, with these Vipers, there's another timing window at 16, 17 minutes. The Zerg can go toe-to-toe with this army, with those Vipers. Absolutely excellent, excellent play from our Zerg player. More importantly, the rate at which he's expanding is very unusual for Wings of Liberty, very modern and absolutely correct. And most of all, ooh, the upgrades are going to line up nicely with the Hive tech. 3-3 can pop out easily. This is a blunder. It's quite a flub, it's a biff, it's a misstep. He slipped on the banana peel and landed on a pile of banana peels. This should not be going down. Storm coming up, Swarm Host. An interesting transition. Again, works very well with the Viper and the Roach Hydra composition. Amazing to think that this all started with a 6 pool. Storm8's Short Round, I think, doing a very, very nice job. Continuing to tech up. This is actually +3 ground weapons. The Storm incoming was not as important as before, but now there's more threats from Hydralisks. There's more threats from Swarm Hosts. There's more threats from Vipers. So the Templar become a lot bigger of a, or I should say a lot more reasonable of a transition. Feedback for Viper, Storm for all those other bits. And Short Round, if we go to the Structures tab, 10 gateways, 3 more in production. We can actually see he has all 10 gates there. There's the additional 3 going down. Army looking very well rounded from Short Round. But Zerg's already maxed 27 Hydras. Oh my god, no Roaches, 7 Swarm Hosts. He's building 3 more. He's going to begin the siege! Uh-oh! Halluciphoenix Nation. Unable to participate. Maxed army. Crabtastic. Being fantastic. Uh-oh. Moving on out. Uh-oh, 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 uh-oh. Oh no! Oh my god, asleep on the job! This is a problem that all companies in America have to deal with. You can't fire them. They're the best the American workforce has to offer, so we'll just have to deal with them. If you want to sit there for 15 seconds and then die, that's fine. I understand. Looks like some Zerglings will sacrifice to free up food. What will be the food choice? Will it be Vipers? Enduring Locust, very nearing completion. 3-3 upgrades not yet started. Very long game. It looks like he's going to engage the army. Uh-oh. 3-3 upgrades have just begun. He needs the extra round. He needs it. 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 It's almost done. It's almost done. Hydralisk, Zerglings flanking from behind. Oh, Storm. Storm8. Short Round. Looking amazing. Oh, they have not yet spawned. Where are those freaking locusts? They got eliminated in a matter of seconds. More Hydros being produced. The blink. He got blunk upon. Ow. Crabtastic able to deny all vision detection, and right now it looks like Short Round moving down just like he did in Indiana Jones Temple of Doom. Crabtastic in a little bit of a difficult situation. He has 3-3 upgrades started. This third base well spined up. The more critical fourth base not. Getting pounded into the ground. Does he know that there's another one there? Nope, don't see it until now. Actually, the instant it spawns is the instant it dies due to splash damage. Never mind, ignore everything I said. Get him. Get him. Chase. Have influence. Darts. Pull back, men. It's time to die. Crabtastic Tenacious. Engaging a wall. Solo. This is no Jack Bauer swarm host. In fact, no. Season 8 did in fact mark the end. In the bottom side, well-placed pylons. Short round doing a great job assaulting the vulnerable expansions. Booyah! Taking it down. Storm 8, 2 and 5 this season. Short round, though, playing excellently. No Vipers on the field. No Blinding Cloud can be cast. No expansion can be saved. Short round has the definitive, clear, undeniable lead in game number 3 between Storm 8 and Epic in the After Hours Gaming League Season 3 quarterfinals match. The amount of drool expelled from my body mirrors the amount of enthusiasm I feel. Games in AHGL, always a little crazier than the average tournament game. Always much more fun. Now I have to ask our fantastic viewership who's tuning in live tonight, all 6,000 of you watching live. Who are you cheering for? Epic Systems, the champion of AHGL Season 2, or Storm 8, the 2 and 5 who barely got into the playoffs? Might not be as well known as Epic Systems, who's amazing. People, oh my god, short round for the upset. Who'da thunk? Corruptor. Viper. Cannons! Short round doing a great job securing more expansions and securing the right expansions. As long as he controls this watchtower, he can easily pull back and defend his new left turn base. 68 probes to 86 workers? 66 workers. Ooh. More Zealots being swung in from these counterattacking pylons up at the south side. And in the meantime, the Zealots have moved their way over to the 4th base. Crabtastic in a little bit of trouble. He's going to be doing the micro. Ooh. And immediately short round engages. All the pain being brought. The tears being wrought. No battles, though, have truly been fought as short round has sought an opportunity to go in, but he really ought to stay back and defend these expansions. My name's Storm8. Looks like the transition to Void Race has begun. Fleet Beacon also getting thrown down to ensure that upgrades can happen for the Cybernetics core that was planted at the back originally for that 6th pool in the unit counting station. We see that there are 28 Hydralisk, 20 Roaches, 12 Corruptors, 3 Vipers. This could be the perfect force. He doesn't even know. He doesn't even know! He has no clue! Ah! He doesn't have anything there. And the Zealots are going to swing in Storm 8 short round with the perfect timing. To the counter timing of Crabtastic. The unit stepping in. Will the Storms be it, or will it be the Colossus? Where's the Storm? There it is. He needs to yoink. He needs to abduct. He needs to suck up some faces. How will he commence the face sucking? Mothership core gets nabbed. Oh my god, the feedback! Wipes out the Viper force in the unit station down to a single Viper with no energy, no health. Zealots continue to storm in. Oh my god, Storm 8 short round playing magnificently, shutting everything down. All the transfuse from hours and hours of having those queens slip larva injects. They're now running a little bit low. A hatch does fall. The broodlings appear as a cameo to try to take things down. And now Crabtastic only now is able to gain the control of his army to pick these off. Crabtastic from Team Epic. Most of Team Epic generally relies on overall better fundamentals than every other team, but Crabtastic had a nice little build plan, but man, short round with the answer. Archon, Void Ray, Colossus, Stalker, and a Mothership core to retreat at any moment, and to time bomb with a huge just gaggle of Templar in the backside, a pride of Templar. What could be the final engagement is about to commence. Storm on all the corruptors. Health of the units. Storm, storm, storm. The cushy Zerg units try to engage. And oh my god, more storms! Oh! Team Epic gets obliterated. The units lost tab tells the story. 9,700 lost for Protoss. 25,000 lost for Zerg. Yuck. Insta snap vomit. Does mean the series is now 2-1 in favor of Storm8. It's a best of 7. Is there any way that Storm8 can manage to pull the comeback? Well, yes, to be honest. They won last league. They're going to try to do it again. Stay tuned! Because game number 4 coming up after this.